All right, everybody, welcome to the first episode of the Metal Memoirs. I am your host, Lord Metalblade, and I am joined today by two of my favorite peoples. One, my wonderful girlfriend, you all know her before, the wonderful Yami Tay. Sweetheart. And joining us as well is our good friend, Just Hayden, just him. And that's his intro. On today's episode, episode 1, it is entitled, What Made Our Childhood Shows So Great? Based off of this title, the reason why this episode is because last night we all watched a wonderful, or I should say a beautiful movie entitled A Beautiful Day in the Neighborhood, which was the biopic based off of the wonderful Fred Rogers himself. But the reason why we started this is because I loved the movie and I wanted to start the series with a pretty good topic. You know, we grew up on a lot of amazing shows and we watch a lot of them to this day. And based on how the movie was, it really reminded me how much I enjoyed watching Mr. Rogers as a kid, especially mainly with my grandma. And I think, honestly, Mr. Rogers is a great show to talk about first. Basically, Mr. Rogers is... Hayden said it best after the movie, we did not deserve that man. Yes, but I'm letting the people know as well. Also, gonna be updating podcast screens. I'm gonna be using my webcam to start. So... for those of you guys watching, if you guys have any input or any intel that you would like to, talk about, feel free to. Actually going to go ahead and make it to where you guys can see, the chat as well. Oh, I'm on the chat, on the actual. Okay, then that'll actually work even better. But Mr. Rogers basically was a staple in our childhoods. Well, I mean, most. And that's if it's... See, I became a fan of Mr. Rogers pretty early, around the time, of course, when PBS Kids had the shows of Arthur, Barney. This is when Theodore Tugboat was roaming around, and a lot of Peak indeed. But Mr. Rogers was one of them. It wasn't one of those shows that I found boring. Like once Mr. Rogers came on, it was just like I was in school and I was just like in it to learn. And one of the best teachers was Mr. Rogers. 100%. It's like I was saying yesterday. I honestly remember watching Mr. Rogers very vividly when I was a kid. This is back when, well, you heard, Hayden, when my mom was telling you well over like 20 years ago when she worked at a jewelry store. When she would go to work, she would drop me off over by my grandmother, which was like literally right up the street. And every other morning, it was anywhere I think between like 9 and 10, I think, is when I think Mr. Rogers would come on PBS. I believe Mr. Rogers always came on right before Arthur. No, it was after Arthur for me. Yeah, Arthur for me didn't come until like way later in the afternoon. Yeah, I remember my PBS Kids show roster pretty well. Not so much in the morning, mainly. A lot was when I went to my grandma's house after school. It was, I know, Between the Lions was up there, Arthur, Clifford the Big Red Dog, Reading Rainbow, Mr. Rogers' Neighborhood, and of course, Theodore Tugboat. See, a lot of shows back then, some were better than others. There were some that I really weren't keen to. Like one I can talk about is It's a Big Big World. For me, I saw it and I watched an episode and I didn't have it just didn't click with me. It's not because I never found that vibe. Like a lot of those puppet shows from back in the day definitely were different, but when I saw that one, it just didn't hit right for some reason. I know one show that we can all agree clicked with us, hopefully, Zaboomafoo. Zaboomafoo was one of the goats, for sure. I think, now I'm not sure if anyone here has seen Wild Kratts. Yeah, no, I saw it, but I think it aired during a time when I was getting out of PBS Kids shows and maintaining. I'm trying to decide when did Wild Kratts start airing. I decide. 2011. 2011. It aired in 2011. I would have been a junior in high school. I know. But no, another show. I really wouldn't consider this a children's show, but I got into this show at a very young age. It was called Be the Creature, starring the Kratt brothers. Okay, so Be the Creature was another show that the Kratt brothers did. It was basically, I want to say it wasn't a kids show. It wasn't a kids show. It was not a kids show. It was a more leaning towards teenagers version of Zaboomafoo, I want to say. It was basically they went into the wild and observed animals. They did crocodiles, they did Komodo dragons, they did tigers. And that was a show that I genuinely like connected to. And I think I want to say around 10 or 11 years old when I came across the show. Also, Mike, I just got out of the, but he wanted to make that announcement. Thank you, Mike. We appreciate that. Thank you. But no, hopefully your Monday went well, Mike. Thank you for stopping in to the podcast today. But continuing on, I believe my favorite episode was the Komodo dragon because I was keen to reptiles, and we can thank lovely Steve Irwin for that. That reminds me of, there was a picture. It showed Mr. Rogers, Steve Irwin, and Bob Ross. That was probably one of the. Speaking of, there was another Steve that we all know that helped us in our childhoods. Steve Burns, and we are going to Blue's Clues. See, people have, in the Blue's Clues fandom, a lot of people lean towards Joe. I make jokes about him, but I loved him. Just Twitter. I actually, believe it or not, I actually went and watched a couple episodes with Kevin. Not bad. But the thing of it is, Hayden, I had no idea Blue's Clues had a UK dub. Also, apparently they can't hear you very well, honey. Yeah, Mike just said he can't hear Tay very well. What the hell? I have my volume all the way up. I can hear you completely. I'll tell y'all one thing Joe has overseas, and you can fucking fight me on this. This motherfucker had more than one shirt. 1 second. Well, I always love watching Joe and like being like, oh, what color shirt is he gonna wear? 1 second, I'm. Hey, what is he in this like? You just have a boner for colors. Well, no shit. I'm probably 1 moment. In the world that thinks the fucking that actually likes rainbow shit. 1 second. One moment. Wait, 1 moment. Believe we're having a little bit of technical difficulties here, people. I apologize. What's the matter? Apparently my hold on 1 second. All right, go ahead. Are we good? Okay, I can hear you. It's coming up on my microphone end. We good? One. Hold on. I believe, can everyone hear? Can everyone hear Hayden and Tay? No. Well, I hear all you guys completely fine. Everything okay, guys? One moment here, guys. What are you trying to do? Oh, hold it here 1 second. Try now. Can everyone hear?
I still hear you guys perfectly.
Oh, wait, there we go. Try that. How does that work? I think I just fixed it.
I hear you guys perfectly.
Did you fix it?
In OBS. Here, Mike, how about that? I think I fixed it now.
Everything's all good.
Okay, so, yep, I fixed it.
Nice, Hayden. But anyway, back to our discussion.
Right.
Okay, and Hayden just randomly burping mid-conversation.
Jesus Christ, that is 6 times in one fucking go.
Jesus Christ,
7.
dude. Oh my God, stop.
I can't.
All right. Bring it back in, people. All right, where were we?
8.
We were talking about Hayden's boner obsession with colors.
All right. So, amongst other shows from the late 90s, early 2000s, there was another show that came on PBS Kids that I genuinely loved.
Yes.
It wasn't Theodore Tugboat. It was Between the Lions.
Ah, good show.
If anybody remembers Between the Lions. This one, I was a Sesame Street fan, do not get me wrong, but Between the Lions just spoke to me more because I loved reading. I loved, learning about spelling and word sounds and letter sounds. Between the Lions spoke to me on a pretty high level in that regard.
Oh, 100%. I get you.
Man, if you want to talk about a good PBS show about books, I got 2 words for you. Wishbone.
Yes!
Wishbone, unfortunately, was a show that I rarely watched because it never came on when I was around my TV. So it was a rare time I got to watch Wishbone.
I remember Wishbone airing pretty regularly on my PBS.
Yeah, it did for me too.
Though I only ever got season 2. I never got season 1.
Really?
Yeah.
I remember getting to watch it a couple of times. I don't have any memories of the episodes, but I do remember it very faintly.
Well, I've got vivid memories of some of those episodes. I want to go back and watch that show again at some point. It was so good.
We keep signing ourselves up for binges and we never do them.
We will.
Rewind.
Yes, we will. We're just busy.
With what?
Be kind, rewind.
Exactly. Anyways.
What about you guys? Do you guys have any shows that you were fond of when you were children?
Okay, does anybody remember this is going like way back, like late 90s, early 2000s? Does anybody remember a show called Zoom?
What?
Come on in, Zoom. Come on in, Zoom. Come on in, Zoom. Anyways, real quick, Digital Circus podcast when? That depends if people want to, Mike.
Bitch, this is a digital circus. Just put Matt in here.
Honestly, yeah. But no, Zoom was another one of the PBS Kids shows that I really loved.
I never got that. The only Zoom I know is that shitty Tim Allen movie.
Oh, Lamau. Zoom was, no, you want to know what? Okay, here is actually a really, this is a really sweet backstory that I have with Zoom. So it was right around the time I was graduating kindergarten, and there was this one segment I remember seeing on Zoom. I forget what pairing of the kids it was, but what was it? You remember, babe, on some of the segments that they would do, like they would make like certain little like foods, like snacks or whatever the hell?
Yes, I do.
Okay, well, there was a specific segment that I remember watching. The kids made some kind of like rainbow cake. I mean, they actually made a cake in the shape of a rainbow.
I have a faint memory of that.
Do you actually?
Yes, I do. The rainbow cake.
Yeah, and believe it or not, thanks, Sam. Believe it or not, that was one of my favorite episodes to watch when I was little. So, because I was so friggin' intrigued by how they actually made the cake, like in the shape of a rainbow and used all different like kinds of colors on the cake, I went to my grandmother and I said, you know something, Meme? I would really like to have, my very own rainbow cake, for like a birthday or something.
You go to the fucking shed.
What?
I'm on the realm. What the fuck did you do to the shed?
We changed it. And it looks nice. But anyway, yeah, I went to my grandmother and I was like, Meme, I really want to have my own rainbow cake one day for, maybe like my birthday, or whatever. So she said, "You want a rainbow cake?" Okay. She told me that basically during my graduation that was coming up, she was going to make me it. And on the day of my graduation, we actually went to her house for a graduation party, and she actually made me the cake.
That is
I never
awesome, honey.
graduated kindergarten.
Anyway, once again, for those of you new tuning in, welcome to the first episode of the Metal Memoirs. We are talking about childhood shows and why they were so great in our eyes.
I feel like the last 20 years of my life have been a lie because I never graduated kindergarten.
I never
Really?
had a kindergarten graduation. I just moved on from.
Yeah, same. I just moved on. I never did the whole ceremony, nothing.
Oh no, they took that shit so seriously when I was in school. Every single, well, I shouldn't say every single grade, but most of my grades had graduation parties.
I'm gonna quote Bob from The Incredibles. They keep inventing new ways to celebrate mediocrity.
Well, yeah. I mean,
Also, I
Oh,
apologize
cool.
in it.
Little Timmy learned his ABCs. Cool. Oh, goody. Little Bobby Jew learned how not to kiss the girl next to him. Awesome. Whoopee.
But I believe other shows were so good, like Sagwa the Siamese Cat, if anyone remembers that one.
oh, Sagwa was really good.
Unfortunately, because of people I know, I cannot take that show seriously.
Why?
One word. Fabian.
Oh, who gives a fuck about him, honestly? I still like the show.
No, let me explain.
Well, real quick.
There was a period we would fuck with this guy about his love for Sagwa. Because I'm not bullshitting, there was a time where that was all he would fucking talk about, right? So, at one point, me, Matt, Vinny, and him were all on a call one day. This was back in the Hangouts days. And out of nowhere, Vinny goes, "Hey, Fabian, we threw your Sagwa tapes in the trash." This motherfucker left the call to go check.
What?
What shows have you talked about so far? We talked about Mr. Rogers' Neighborhood, Sabumafu, Zoom, Between the Lions, Theodore Tugboat. Well, minorly.
A little mention, but we
Want to
will
try that again?
a little mention, but we will go back to it.
I said in a minor way.
Oh, we will. We'll go back to it. We'll go back to it. Let me see. I'm trying to think of some other shows. Because I know for a fact, whenever my PBS Kids start up in the morning, 6 o'clock, every single morning, would always be Sesame Street to kick things off first.
Christ, yours started fucking early.
Yeah, Sesame Street was always the first.
Oh no, mine did Sesame Street last.
Oh no.
And ours started at 8.
Oh yeah, no. That was always the first show that they put on for my PBS Kids station was Sesame Street at 6 o'clock in the morning. And then
Wake up at 9:30 in the morning to watch some Teletubbies.
Well, Teletubbies for me didn't come on until, again, I had to switch back between like channel 13 and channel 21 for me, because PBS Kids was on 2 separate channels for me. You had a channel 13 and you had a channel 21.
That's the dumbest shit I think I've ever fucking heard.
Well, PBS Kids shared a double station with us, so that's why
not over here. We only had the one PBS station.
Yeah, I never got to watch Teletubbies. I watched it a couple of times, but I wasn't allowed to watch it.
Well, you know what's funny, babe? I was also not allowed to watch it. Neither me or my sister, because of course, it was during the time when it was pretty much like at the peak, and it was just being brought here into the States. And I remember, like, it was sort of like the big talk, but not in the way you'd expect it to. And
What, the stupid bullshit with that senator saying Tinky Winky was gay?
no, it was just the fact that when my parents in particular got a glimpse of it, they were kind of like, what the fuck is this? But they weren't the only ones to say that, though. A lot of people were questioning it back in the day, like, what the fuck kind of show is this?
Yeah, and
So-
because of retarded parents like that, we now have fucking kids everywhere who are fucking afraid of looking at anybody without an iPad in their hands.
Yeah. Well, either or, that was just one of the shows that both my mom and my dad were telling my sister, like, profusely they did not want us watching Teletubbies because they just thought it was stupid. They didn't understand it, but they were not the only parents who said that. There was literally a bunch of parents who felt like this.
And it's that mindset that we need against these iPad parents.
Well, yeah, true, honestly. But whenever my dad's
Thank you,
sister-
Casey, for the hats off. Thank you for the hats off, Casey.
No, whenever my Aunt Suzanne would come over, that's my dad's sister, when she would bring her kids over, our two cousins, Andrew and Brandon, funny enough, but when they would,
Dun.
yeah, literally, when they would come over, I remember too, my youngest cousin, Brandon, he actually had a Poe plush that he took everywhere with him. I'm not even joking.
Brandon, where's the plush?
I'm not sure, but real quick, any Nick Jr. shows you guys loved back then? We will be getting to that in just. Oh, we also talked about Blue's Clues, Mike. By the way, we've talked about Blue's Clues.
We'll get into the Nick Jr. shows. Don't you worry.
Yeah, we're on the PBS. We're on PBS Kids right now.
But
Also, we have an ad going on, so we apologize for the slight commercial break.
Okay. But to continue what I was saying with Tubbs, yeah, like I said, my cousin would have this plush doll of Poe that he would literally carry everywhere with him. Wouldn't go anywhere without it. And my aunt would let them come over by the house, and they had tapes. I couldn't tell you which ones they had, though. I couldn't remember that. But they would come over, either bring their tapes or they would try to catch it on TV, and my mom and dad would make it vividly clear to them, they don't want something like Teletubbies in their house because me and Bree weren't allowed to watch it. But of course, because me and my sister were very sneaky about that kind of stuff back in the day, we watched it anyway when we were over at my grandmother's getting, like, babysat, honestly.
We didn't fucking act like them fucking drug dealers. Hey, me, you got them Teletubbies for us? Yeah.
But you know what's so funny, too? I know for a fact that when my grandmother was alive, and I told her this, too, I was like, Meme, you watched the Teletubbies with me and Bree when we were kids, and you actually thought it was cute. She swore to me, no, I never liked it. I thought it was stupid. And I looked at her, I'm like, you are such a liar. Like, you did not think that. But she swore to me that she never liked it. I call major bullshit on that. But anyway, that's the way that we were only able to ever watch that show, was through her. Or if there were times where, we'd call my aunt and ask her to take us over to her place if we did, like, sleepovers and everything, we still snuck and watch it.
Then there's my parents. They let us full-blown watch it. And by us, I mean me.
I would have to watch it in private. Also, it seems
That's
we
what-
have. Also, it seems like we have someone that would like to join in. If it's all right with you two, I believe a Mr. Kiwi Percy would like to join in.
Is that an Alex?
Would you be all right if I added him in here?
Of course. Like, stop being mean to Alex.
No.
Stop being mean to Alex.
No.
He's allowed to come.
Oh my.
Like, shut up. But yeah, like I said, that was the only other way that that I was ever able to watch Tubbs, whether it was through my aunt or if it was by courtesy of my grandmother, and that was pretty much it.
Hello.
But
Hello,
hey,
Alex. Hello. Welcome in. Welcome into the Metal Memoirs chat. Welcome, Kiwi Percy, to the call. We are talking
pussy.
about Hayden. Thank you.
He's a pussy.
Oh dear, I'm late.
You're not late, Alex.
Yeah, I'm like half an hour late.
Yeah, he
You're-
is. Don't encourage.
you're fine. But babe, to add to your comment when you were like, you know, oh, I'd have to watch it in private. It's funny you say that because I do that now. I can't watch something like Tubbs with, you know, my parents walking all over because I don't want them to know that. That's a very private closet fan thing of me to do. You know what I mean?
Basically, how she watches Tubbs is like how a gay man goes out in the 50s.
What? Think that makes sense?
It makes perfect sense. How you watch Tubbs now is how a gay man goes out in the 50s.
Okay.
See, Alex thinks it makes sense.
I don't really know about that, but okay.
It literally makes sense.
Okay,
Well,
if you say so.
well, Alex, now that you're a part of the podcast, are there any shows that really stuck out to you the most?
Other than
Oh god, where to begin? Let's see. Well, Teletubbies you mentioned, yeah, that was definitely one of them. What else? There's Bob the Builder.
Oh yeah, Bob the Builder was another one that I grew up with too.
You're not a huge fan of it, like I am. So
Well, you gotta remember.
here we go after them, Brandon.
You gotta remember. I used to like it back in the day, Alex. Nowadays, I don't care about Bob anymore. I grew out of it.
Should we go
that's
after them,
fine.
Brandon?
I respect that. It's just that like Bob the Builder was a huge part of my life.
Oh yeah, no, I'm not knocking you for it.
Who's there?
Shut up, man. No, Alex, I'm not knocking you for that, honestly. Like,
yeah.
because I know a bunch of people that are really into Bob, honestly, and it's like, hey, listen, do you?
Yeah,
I mean, like, not like the recent series and stuff that's been going on. I'm not a fan of that. I'm a fan of the
No, we're
classic
not a
era,
friend.
Like,
We're not a fan of Pedo the Builder.
exactly, yeah.
Like literally, Courtney sent me a picture of the new Bob that's out, and she's like, "Who the fuck is this? He looks like a fucking pedophile."
What?
This is no joke.
Also, Brandon, you're not answering my question.
well, I was waiting for everyone to finish talking. What was your question?
Should we go after them, Brandon?
I don't think so. Also, Mike, yes, we can.
Not getting it.
Oh, I wouldn't, Hayden. It's dark.
Oh, I know what you mean.
It took me a second. It took me a second to get the reference.
I'm surprised you didn't get it, given how much we meme with that the first time we saw it.
It's been a while since we have, and I've been so hooked on other things. It took a while to come back, but it came back. But Bob was definitely a show that really stuck out to me because, of course, still being in my Thomas phase, it was anthropomorphic vehicles, and it wasn't. I don't want to say it was models. It was claymation.
Yes.
Yeah.
But it was an enjoyable show.
Well, the vehicles were models.
Yes, the vehicles were models, but the humans in the sets were claymation.
Yes.
That is definitely one thing
And Wendy
about.
was the top in that relationship.
That was one thing about the show that I really enjoyed. But if you guys want, we can now move on over to Nick Jr. shows.
Well, you gotta keep in mind, there's a lot that we still haven't covered with like PBS either.
Yeah, we can't talk about. We're not going to be able to talk about every single show.
I mean, if we're going to talk about every single show, we're never going to have an end date.
Exactly. We'll be here for about a week.
No, we won't.
But anyway,
Yes, we will.
continuing on with PBS Kids shows, I definitely think another good one, for the most part, Cyber Chase. I liked Cyber.
Cyber Chase was one of my go-to shows as a kid. I love.
Overrated.
I don't give a shit if it's
Never
overrated.
seen it.
I honestly don't think it was overrated. I don't think it was underrated, but it was kind of in the middle. You want to talk about overrated? Sesame Street is definitely one. Arthur was definitely up
Well,
there.
of course.
Well, yeah, but here's the thing, though. Sesame Street.
Yeah, but the only thing I'll give Arthur is the Alabama airing of the gay rat wedding made it his sister.
Here's
Well,
the thing, though. I get Sesame Street, being overrated, but it deserves it because it's genuinely great.
The only thing Cyber Chase gave us was another Gilbert Gottfried bird.
Hey, you know what? Hats off to Gilbert Gottfried because Digit was
The late great Gilbert Gottfried.
Yeah, honestly, like Digit was one of my favorite characters, like in Cyber Chase. So I loved him.
But moving on from that, there was one show that I actually did not actually watch. I knew it existed. I didn't hate it. It was just one of those shows that I just didn't really watch.
What?
And that was Maya and Miguel.
Didn't care for.
never heard of it.
I watched Maya and Miguel a couple of times when I was like, I don't remember when I started watching it, but I do know that if there was nothing else on, then yeah, I did catch it a
That
couple of
show
times.
was barely worthy of being background noise.
Yeah, well, some of the times actually I was putting it on for background noise.
Now I
But there
did.
was
I
no-
would get as far as
there was
the theme
nothing
song
else to
finish
watch.
and then change it.
Yeah, there was nothing else to watch, so I would usually put on Maya and Miguel, just waiting for one of my other shows to come on.
Now
And
that was definitely a show that I never really loved. I knew for a fact that it was on, but it was just one of those it existed type of shows. I didn't hate it. I didn't love it. You never liked that show, Mike? That's
Yeah, no, that's honestly fine. Well, another one of those shows. This one, again, I only ever did this for like background noise a couple of times. Has anybody ever heard of a show called Fetch with Ruff Ruffman?
Oh,
I have never heard of that one.
Yeah, this is like later PBS Kids. Again, this is right around the time when PBS Kids Go was like big.
It was never big over here.
I've never even heard of
Never-
that.
I never grew up with PBS Kids, so I
You
don't- I-
never, well, Alex. PBS is an American station. No shit, you didn't grow up with it.
I thought it was worldwide. but,
No.
nah.
It should
I
have
thought
been.
not.
Okay.
You say it should have been, Brandon, but you forget the whole reason we have discrepancies in air times was because they were publicly founded stations.
Well, I know for a fact there is one show that we can talk about that I'm pretty sure everyone here has watched from time to time, The Magic School Bus.
Oh hell
Who the
yeah!
fuck didn't watch that?
I love that show.
Who didn't like Magic School Bus? I mean,
Oh.
dude, they killed the ginger kid in the first episode.
Oh, Magic
Hayden.
School Bus was freaking great.
Hayden, simmer that down. I'll give you proof. And he just
I mean, they did.
No, honestly, like Magic School Bus was great, and even when some of my teachers back in the day in school would put it on, the kids would go ballistic.
Oh yeah, like every science class I was in, we watched that.
I'll tell you what though,
hell yeah.
whenever science class rolled around and the teacher rolled out the VHS and TV combo and had a Magic School Bus VHS, it was a good time. So much
listen.
that
Oh, go ahead.
so much so that I actually remember going to my local Suncoast video store, and my mom actually got me Magic School Bus for lunch on VHS.
Nice.
What did you get it for you on VHS or for lunch?
Don't pay any attention to him.
That deserves
What
that.
did you
That
eat?
that is a sound that we are going to be moving on. Magic School Bus was
Well-
one of the goats.
Well,
Oh,
to kind of add on what you said with that too, babe, when the teachers rolled out the TVs, I'll tell you what, the kids, at least where I was in school, everybody got hyped up if the teachers told us we were either doing Magic School Bus or Bill Nye the Science Guy, and everybody lost their shit.
That's the same thing. Yeah, that was also the show that.
Bill,
yeah,
Everybody
Bill
else-
Nye was the only reason anybody paid attention in science class. Let's be honest.
I mean,
That is
Bill
true,
Nye,
yeah.
Bill Nye and the Magic School Bus. Two of our greatest science teachers right there.
Also,
Yeah.
I love how Bill Nye points out an actual planetary crisis, and everybody's throwing a fit about him cussing.
Oh, yeah, right.
Who cares?
Honestly,
Exactly. Who gives-
those
Pussy-ass bitch hair.
those types of shows definitely made learning fun.
Yeah, they did. Actually, I'll tell
And
you
yet you
what.
still didn't learn a damn thing because you were too busy having fun.
No, that's
See,
not true,
we all need
because-
we all need a little bit of fun in we all need a little bit of fun in our lives from time to time.
Yeah.
And I think
It's like, we're bored and we just watch this. Like,
and I think Bill Nye definitely made a staple in that factor.
Oh, hell yeah. I mean, hell, some of the experiments that he does in the show, I ended up doing in school. They were so much fun. Yep. If it wasn't any one of those two shows, no one gave a shit.
I mean, honestly, for that matter, with other shows,
I mean, dude, free TV. How are you gonna say no?
but see, I don't think I ever came across an episode of Bill Nye on Disney. It was always on VHS.
Yeah, I'm never caught it on air. It was only
could have
on
been-
those
It could have been
fucky-ass
on.
TVs.
It could have been on Discovery
Yeah.
Kids.
Oh, probably.
Or it could
that-
have been on ABC.
Possibly ABC, because a lot of Disney shows aired on ABC back when Doug.
Yeah, like the Nickelodeon show Doug. Remember that shit?
Doug
Oh,
was
yeah.
Doug was another one of my favorites from childhood.
Which version?
I liked both. I genuinely liked both versions.
I remember
Disney
watching.
version sucked. They lost the soul.
I
I
remember
wouldn't.
watching
I wouldn't say that. I wouldn't say it lost the soul. I definitely
I-
will say it didn't have as much soul as the Nickelodeon version.
No,
I,
it's one of those things is like, why the fuck would Disney want Doug of all things?
To try
you,
to.
you know what's funny? I never saw Doug on Nickelodeon. I'm more familiar with Disney, honestly.
I caught the Disney version and thought it was shit. And so when I saw the Nickelodeon version for the first time, I saw it on an airing that Teen Nick was doing when they were doing the 90s or all that bullshit.
Oh yeah.
And I saw Doug on there and I'm like, what the fuck? Why do they have a Disney show on here?
Yeah, no, I'm more familiar with the Disney version. honestly, of Doug. I never knew about the Nickelodeon version.
Correct me if I'm wrong, but didn't they only make the movie to come back to the fucking negative feedback that the show was getting because of the buyout?
I think so.
Now, correct me if I'm
I never-
wrong. Was
I
Doug?
never saw the movie anyway, so.
Correct me if I'm wrong, but was Doug the only show to have one, like start out on one platform and then come back on another?
Okay, but here's the thing. No, because PR did a very similar thing in 2002 with Wild Force. It started on Fox Kids, but then ended on ABC Kids.
I'm
But
actually
here's the
going to go use the restroom real quick. Continue this conversation.
But
Be right
with
back.
Wild Force, nothing of significance was lost in the transition, right?
Right.
Whereas with Doug, it felt like an entirely different show.
Huh.
No, I'm not bullshitting on that either. Wild Force legit started on ABC Kids and ended on fucking ABC. Because when Disney bought PR, they actually bought it in 01. And even then, they didn't buy PR
Wow.
itself. They bought the Fox Family Network, which was all the shows on Fox Kids at the time.
Right.
And Wild Force had already entered the pre-production phase. So when Disney came into the picture, it was like, well, shit, we have to finish this. But the buyout wasn't set. Like, they were already in the middle of the buyout, but nothing was finalized until the middle of Wild Force's airing. So you'll see like very early promos of Wild Force that are like, Power Rangers Wild Force is on Fox Kids, and then you see shit for it being on ABC Kids.
Huh. It's interesting.
Here, let me show you. Here, pull up. I don't know. Actually, wait, no. I don't know if Brandon will let me because of the copyright shit, but yeah, I gotta show you one of those promos.
Let me see. I'm trying to think. What other shows out there?
Are we still on PBS, or can we finally move on?
Well, let's still do PBS. Let's move on when Brandon comes back. Let him do his thing. I'm trying to think. What other? Well, I know for a fact hardly any of you guys are even gonna know what these shows are. One of them that I remember, it was like a drawing show. It was called Pappyland. That was actually the show that I used to watch, where it kind of got me hooked on drawing.
I've heard of it, but I've never seen it.
Oh, you've heard
So
of
that
Alex?
show is the reason you gave us Percy and Poe fanfic.
That is right.
Oh gosh.
That is correct, sir.
So that show, had you never seen that show, we would not have the glory that is Percy and Poe banging.
Oh dear.
First of all, I never made him bang. Okay, let's be
It's the
perfectly
truth, though. Let's be real. They was banging.
let's be perfectly clear on that. I never did that.
Yeah, but
Well,
let's be clear. They was banging, even if you didn't draw it.
no.
What? You didn't think he took the rail on her?
No.
Am I missing something here?
No, Alex. But
Yes, Alex, you're missing some very important lore. It's called the fucking Google Hangout during like 2018.
Oh, Jesus.
God. But yeah, no, Pappyland was another show that I grew up with back in the day. There's another one, and I actually remember how this went. It was either, I think, 11. Usually this would come on. Right around like 11 o'clock in the morning, this other show, Mrs. Cherrywinkle, would come on. I know none of y'all know what the fuck.
Yeah, I've never heard of it.
That's a real show. I'm telling you. Why the fuck are you laughing?
I'm sorry. You expect me to show with a title called Mrs. Cherrywinkle? Seriously.
Hayden, that's a real fucking show.
It could be a real show all at once, but what the fuck is that title?
No, you look into it. All I know is back in the day when me and Meme used to watch all those PBS Kids shows. that was one of the shows that would come on at 11 o'clock. And haha, what do you think closed everything all off before Bob Ross came on at 12? Good old Theodore, folks.
And then
Wow,
there
that's
was my
good.
station where Sesame Street ended it.
Now, Sesame. Well, actually, I'm trying to remember. I think Sesame Street was probably the last show that they gave us, but not on PBS Kids. This was years and years down the
Oh,
road.
when they had it on fucking Noggin?
On Noggin, yeah, it was the first.
No, Noggin. I know for a fact Noggin was not one of those publicly fucking funded stations, so Noggin's schedule was at least consistent. What I want to know is what caused the jump between Noggin and fucking PBS.
My
honestly
thing with Noggin, I just got back, by the way. My thing with Noggin was when a bunch of the shows that we loved were no longer being put on the air. They needed a platform to bring back shows, and Noggin was a good platform for that. There was another show similar to Sesame Street that I remember, Play With Me Sesame.
I saw
Okay,
Play With-
I never got it on Noggin or
I
PBS.
saw
I got it off Sprout.
I've never
I
seen
saw,
it.
I saw Play With Me Sesame on Noggin. That was a cute show.
I
No,
thought it was
only
really
got
good.
It on Sprout. And here's what tripped me up about it, because I only ever got it on Sprout, and now I, for the longest time, thought it was a Sprout original because. So for those who didn't watch Sprout because you suck and don't have a good childhood,
Sorry.
like the hosts would call the audience Sproutlets, right?
Mm-hmm.
And so there'd be segments of Play With Me Sesame where the characters would acknowledge the audience as Sproutlets. So it was like, oh, okay.
I
this
do
is an
remember the
entirely
Sproutlets.
Sprout-
I do remember the Sproutlets.
Yeah, so I always thought Play With Me Sesame was a goddamn Sprout original. I never knew it was on Noggin.
Oh yeah.
So basically,
and it was- cute, too.
So basically, Mike, Noggin was a channel that brought a lot of old Nickelodeon shows that were no longer airing, and was constantly airing those along with current running ones, such as Allegra's
Okay,
Window.
so imagine Nick Jr. before actual Nick Jr. That's
Basically, there was another show that I mentioned, Allegra's Window. If anyone
What
remembers.
the fuck is that?
Okay,
I don't know that one.
So Allegra's Window was one of those puppet live action shows like Sesame Street, and it was around a girl named Allegra that had her brother. There was a blue cat character. I don't know much about it. It's still a little alien to me, but I do remember it being on Nick Jr. And then I remember an episode being put on Noggin because Noggin had shows that I still watched. Little Bear, Maggie and the Ferocious Beast, of course. So I saw Allegra's Window in a promo, and it literally jogged a memory that I didn't even know I had.
Now,
See,
for me, I never got Noggin. I only ever got Nick Jr. And when I got Nick Jr., this was during the period. Now, mind you, in my station, when I got the what was it, Grande?
I think so.
Yeah, I had the Nick Jr. channel. But what's weird is it had. I know for a fact Noggin existed at this point, but I never got it. But the Nick Jr. channel had all the what the fuck is it? The same schedule and time slots as Noggin, but would air it under Nick Jr. Even the fucking Moose and Bird duo.
Moose A Moose. Moose and Z.
That was-
Do you guys remember the light bulb mascot before Moose came in?
No,
No.
the only here are the mascots from Nick Jr. I know. Moose and Z, Face, who, let's be real, Face is the real GOAT.
Hell yes.
Hi there, Face
No.
here.
No, some of my favorite Nick Jr. games on the website were the fucking number, letter, and color games with Face.
Yep, I remember that.
Oh, you know the games I'm talking about?
Yeah, I
Those games
remember
were
that.
fun.
There was another show that we've talked about before. I'm not sure if anyone will know this. It was an old show that started on Noggin as a little short series, and then it got turned into a full-on show. But it was called.
I think I know what you're on about.
Ubi.
Yes.
Yeah.
Basically, what Ubi was, for those of you watching who don't know what it is, it was a puppet show, but the puppets were
Hey, Mike had a
actual,
good childhood.
well, were actual human hands with eyeballs, and they would talk like this, like it would be Ubi,
Like they would move their hands as they talk.
Ubi, you friends.
Yup.
Ubi ain't shit, bitch.
I knew that was coming. Gosh, dang it! But no, that was one of the shows that when I was around 6 or 7 or 8, getting into Noggin, and I actually watched right when it became a full-fledged show. But it was only temporary. It wasn't for a long time, unfortunately. But
going back to the mascots, Moose and Z face. The last one I can fully recall was that little shithead Piper.
I'm not
No,
familiar
I
with
don't-
that one.
I am not
Y'all didn't
familiar.
know Piper? He was a
I-
shithead. I didn't like Piper.
I am
Hayden,
not familiar
Hayden.
with Piper.
hey,
What?
I believe it is time for us to journey into one of the best shows ever in the world, and it sparked a meme between me and you.
The I know what it is.
It is a wonderful show entitled The Upside Down Show.
Oh yeah, and you know, that's the other thing that who was it, Mike, that said it before? That's the other thing you got to realize with Noggin. It did bring back old shows, but there was also it was a mixture of old and new. And I got to tell you, Upside Down Show, when I saw that again, I was kind of like, oh my god, like what the hell is this? Then when I watched it like years down the road, Shane and David are fucking funny.
And then
They're
you watch
hilarious
some of their
duo, yeah.
adult comedy shows, and they're fucking hilarious.
They're hilarious.
You want to talk about two actors, well, two comedians, mind you, that took
Two comedians, yeah.
their form of entertainment, basically using verbal sound effects to make the show, and it worked in such a high regard. The fact that they were so talented in their craft spoke volumes. Like they would make shoveling sounds, they would make door sounds, they would do ping pong sound effects, like these two
sounds.
Like, and mind you,
these guys, they're amazing.
like Shane Dundas and David Collins, or did I just mix up their names?
I think
Mixed up
you
their
got it
names.
right, I think, yeah.
No, it was Shane Collins and David. What's the fuck?
Sorry.
But no, these two guys, seriously. And see, here's the thing. I only saw this show on Noggin, and I was 13, 14 when I first came across the show, and I was intrigued by it because of the writing, the sound effects that they would make, and it was amazing. Like, I thought to myself, holy cow, I didn't even think that a show based around two guys basically making sound effects worked in such a huge way. So yeah, no, Mike, that's what we're talking about right now. The Upside Down Show. Also, it incorporated one of the best memes. So every time someone joins a call, I always play this little tune.
Welcome to the parrot room.
Because there was an episode of the show called Pet Shop. And basically it was, I believe it was David's fly.
David, I can tell it. David wanted a pet because Shane had a pet fly who, spoiler alert, wanted a pet, so they couldn't find the pet shop, and their house that they lived in had an infinite number of rooms from like 5 doors. And one of the rooms was the titular parrot room. And when I tell you, this parrot was fucking funny. He was trolling them two motherfuckers.
I'm so keen on pulling up just the scene of it, just to show you guys what I mean. But I'm gonna put it on.
Plug it.
I'm not
We
putting on
might
the.
get
I'm not. I'm
copyright
not.
struck.
I'm not putting on the full episode. I'm just putting on just the one. Just the one scene, real quick. So, for all of you guys wondering what are they talking about? This is something that me and Hayden love to this day. And I want to share this glorious moment with you guys. This right here is why me and Hayden love this show and shows violence, mind you.
Oh no, the parrot didn't choose violence. David chose.
So you guys basically get the sense of where our senses of humor came from. This is probably the best scene in that show. The parrot is a bigger rage baiter than Sodor Productions.
Oh,
God.
wow.
But no,
man.
but no,
But,
but no. This show is probably one of my favorites. I don't even know. Like, was this a noggin show or was there a station?
Noggin.
Was it just
yeah,
noggin?
as far
As far as I know, it was noggin.
yeah, as far as I know, it was just straight up noggin.
Okay, because I remember because I didn't get into this show until I was around 13 years old. And I'm not gonna deny I was 13. I was a teenager when I watched. I found it very entertaining. It was funny. I loved the ingenuity of the show, but it was genuinely funny. And this is like one of the best moments because you can literally see the rage in David's eyes as the parrot
Like
just.
David actually was getting pissed. Like that is the type of rage bait I hope to achieve.
So if you guys are familiar, like when I do streams or you see videos and me and Hayden say stuff like that, it's from this show. But no.
Oh, you know another show we somehow did not mention and is another meme? Pipper.
There we go.
Oh,
I was
Kipper.
about to say Bluey, but
Nah, Kipper was another amazing show. It was a British show, and it is a glorious show. And it holds a special place in my heart because it was another show that me and my grandma bonded over.
Oh, same here. My grandmother loved Kipper. It was definitely one of her favorites too.
And there was an episode
I
of this.
sadly never grew up with that show, but yeah.
There was another episode involving a parrot, mind you.
Oh, here we go.
Named Henry. And I'm not going to pull it up now, but there was a frame where a character named Pig, and I can hear Hayden laughing in the background already. But the episode starts with a running meme with Pig looking directly at the camera. And I can't remember if it was me or Caden that said this. And I pause it. What was that?
You said Caden.
Oh, he said Hayden.
I said Hayden.
No,
He
go
said
back to the stream. You said Caden.
I heard him say Hayden.
I don't know. It's
Look
too.
back,
It's,
back on the stream.
Anyway,
Moving on.
okay, moving on. But anyways, one of us said, "You ain't shit, bitch." Just okay. I think
that was you. I think.
Yeah, Brandon said it, and then I made the meme.
Yeah,
Okay.
there we go.
Yeah, if you want full context, hold on. I have to pull it up here.
I still remember I did my Henry impression, and I made you guys die laughing.
oh my
It
god.
wasn't a Henry. It was we were memeing around about the parrot room, and you just out of nowhere went, eh?
No. This is another one that we were. No, my Henry impression was hilarious.
This was the frame. This was the frame that sparked the meme. You didn't. Mike heard me say Caden as well.
Oh,
Oh.
Mike.
Lamau.
But anyway, this was the frame, chat, that sparked a wonderful meme.
So from now on, anytime a character looks dead fret at the camera, one of us has to contractually obligate. We are contractually obligated to say, "You ain't shit, bitch."
Oh, Christ! I think we're coming up to a year since that happened.
Oh, God,
really?
are we really?
Really?
Are you
Oh my
serious?
god.
I think we are actually.
You're
Wow.
fucking kidding me.
We're not at the year yet, but we're coming up
Hold
to
the
it.
fuck on.
my god.
Shit up. No way.
You know what they say, Hayden? I said Hayden this time, guys. I said Hayden this time. But you know what they say? Time flies when you're having fun.
That is
Exactly, yeah.
But memes and jokes
Well,
aside.
turn it off. I want to get off.
Well, memes and jokes aside, Kipper was a wonderful show. It had humor. It had very sweet and tender moments.
It had you ain't shit, bitch.
What am I gonna chat? What am I gonna do with these people?
Well, you can't send us back to our maker.
I'll
kinda
kick them out,
can't
don't
fit.
worry.
And I'm dating one of them.
Yeah.
Well,
Love you, honey.
Anyway, I was gonna bring up in terms of other shows, going back to the whole thing with like puppet theme shows. Who here remembers Jack's Big Music Show?
not me.
I
That
don't remember
was,
that, but I know the 21st. I remember the 21st of September.
Also, Chad,
Of
we
course
have
you
a
do.
guest on camera. I'm going to bring him up.
Oh, puppies!
This is Howard. Howard, say hi to lovely
Is that-
people out there.
It's a Howie.
Oh, it's been over a year.
What?
Oh my!
Wait, has it been?
No, I thought this was last year.
Howard wanted to join in on the podcast. Apparently,
But,
apparently you have Mike interested.
Oh
hun.
no, it was no. Alex is right. It's April 11th is the anniversary.
Oh,
Of you
we're
ain't
nearly
shit,
we're
bitch.
nearly there.
All
Oh
right.
my gosh.
No, Brandon, we have to watch the episode on the.
No, we have to watch it on the we have to watch it on the anniversary. We can't.
Yes.
What
What the hell is he laughing at?
I don't even know.
Oh my god!
What
You
the hell?
forgot. You forgot what?
I forgot we did this one.
Oh no!
Which one?
Send it right now. Send it in this chat right now, Hayden.
I am.
I am genuinely confused.
Oh no!
Also, if you're watching, guys, make sure to use your reward points. You know, you got special emotes and rewards. Use them up while you can, because right now Hayden is dying. I don't know why he's dying. And
Look
I
at the
just
chat.
remembered.
Look in the chat.
I just saw it. I just saw it.
You're grinning, ain't you?
I
You're grinning, ain't you?
I am.
Oh,
It's seriously
I
been.
don't think
It's
we're allowed to
seriously.
say it.
I honestly, for now, I wouldn't. But it's seriously been that long since that meme.
Yeah.
Oh my
Yeah.
gosh, it's seriously.
They were both made the same day. No, and what made it even funnier, chat, was when we first did the "You ain't shit, bitch." We didn't just say it in a normal voice. We did it in Pig's voice, like imagining Pig looking at us saying, "You ain't shit, bitch."
And then we say it in like other characters and other shows as well sometimes.
I think what really sent us was we did it in Jake's voice as well, and that really got us going.
No, I did.
You
I
ain't
remember
shit,
doing it in
bitch.
Eeyore voice, and I killed these
Oh.
guys with that.
Oh yeah.
Blackheart, welcome back. Welcome. How are you doing on this marvelous Monday? We are currently an hour into the first episode of the Metal Memoirs, where we are talking about our
Wait,
childhood.
it's been an hour already?
Yes,
It's been an hour. Like,
Holy
yes,
shit!
yes. We are talking about what made our childhood show so great. I am joined by my lovely girlfriend Yamite as well, and our good friend Hayden, and recently joined our good friend Alex, aka Kiwi Percy.
yeah, I
AKA
joined
the
half
pussy.
an hour late, but I'm okay with that.
Nah, you're fine.
Oh my god, dude!
Oh, you got
That's
ooh.
twice in a row I died laughing with you guys.
you got
Oh,
you
wow.
oh you got
Yeah.
back from a bidding auction. Ooh, did you get anything?
Ooh, very nice.
What'd you get?
But we are currently talking about Kipper the dog right now because there is a frame in the show, and I will show you since you've just joined. This frame right here from the episode Echo Echo sparked one of the most hilarious memes amongst us, and it is entitled you ain't shit, bitch, because I paused it and it was on this frame. And I just so happened to say that because when the four of us watch these types of shows, we always we joke around and, make our own little bullshit and everything.
Because that's what makes it watching the show entertaining.
Holy cow, real quick. You want a giant amethyst crystal that's 50 kilograms?
Jesus
Wow.
Christ!
If that kg is right, Blackheart, that is insane.
Yo, go get that fucking verified. Make sure you actually spend your money, because if that's legit, holy shit.
But no, that's
Yeah.
that's awesome, Blackheart. Good for you. Holy cow.
I found 2 more from the peak of you ain't shit, bitch.
But yes,
Wow. Well, let's get back to all the other kid shows.
Yeah, but but no, once again, that's awesome, Blackheart. You're gonna get a special. My hat is off to you.
Oh.
I thought you were about to do ta-da.
No, not this time. I may actually need to put that in for reward points. But yes, honey, moving on. But you were talking about Jack's Big Music Show, sweetheart.
Yes, I remember my brother was really, really big into this show. I know this one is straight up noggin too. And I was a little iffy with it in the beginning, but the more I watched it with him, it's genuinely cute.
One thing I really liked about Jack's Big Music Show was the female singer that would come on screen and sing.
Oh, what's her name? Lori Berkner, right?
I believe it was. I loved her so much. She had a great voice. She had a great chemistry with the kids. She was awesome.
Oh, absolutely. Oh, yeah, she was.
There's one show that, even as a kid, I was very off and on about it. But as an adult, I can kind of grow a new appreciation for it. What the fuck is it? That Miss Spider bullshit.
Oh, I love Miss Spider.
Oh, Miss Spider Patch Kid. No.
I can never remember the full title.
Miss Spider's Sunny Patch Friends. I used to love.
Now, Tay, confirm or fucking deny. I swear to God this existed, but I can't find a fucking thing of it anywhere. Did they or did they not have a spinoff with her as a kid?
I don't remember, honestly.
Honestly, I'm trying to think.
I swear to God, they had a spinoff where she was a kid.
I don't remember.
There was one episode of Jack's Big Music Show that I really remember well. Mary went off someplace and Jack was in charge of something of Mary's, and it ended up breaking.
I don't give a shit.
I didn't see a lot of before I get back to Miss Spider. Yeah, I didn't see a lot of Jack, babe. I only remember, I think, episodes from the first 2 seasons, and then I stopped. I need to go back and watch.
Yeah, Miss Spider was a show that I watched, but it was one that I would just watch as in to wait for other shows that I preferred. I didn't hate Miss Spider.
Okay, there was a spinoff, but it was a one-off. It wasn't a proper show.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I never saw that then.
Hold on, sweetheart. Hold on. I remember this Nick Jr. DVD, and it had Jack's Big Music Show episodes on it. Nice, Mike. Awesome.
Nice. But yeah, to add to your point, babe, it was just one of those shows you were kind of on.
I understand. But
and you know what? And here's the thing, though. That's totally fine. But you know my little history with that, don't you?
Yes, I do.
Some of those Miss Spider stories are where I got some of my ideas for my Theodore custom stories. And they actually worked.
That they do, sweetheart. With the topic of Nick Jr. shows still up in the air, there was another show that I actually remember watching way back in the day. I'm not sure if anyone's going to remember this one. Eureka's Castle.
I know Eureka's Castle.
Never heard of it.
I've heard of it.
Okay, so what Eureka's Castle was, it was one of those Jim Henson 90s puppet shows about a giant that had what was called a castle music box and there were a bunch of characters that lived amongst it, such as a female, a witch named in training named Eureka, who was the main character.
Already female.
A dragon character named Magellan, done by the ever so talented Noel McNeil. For those of you know, that is also Bear from Bear in the Big Blue House.
Which is another one we will get into.
Keiko from
course,
Ubi,
yeah.
and Leon from The Puzzle Place. But this show I liked, but for some reason, there was a character in the show that terrified me whenever it came on screen. And I'm actually going to pull them up right now because for some reason I did not like them. Bless you, by the way.
We need to get Dre in here so he could call Hercules from Tugs a douche canoe again.
This character right here, I always called it Fish Harmony. It was a statue of 3 fish that would sing. For some reason, I think it was because of the way they were colored, scared the ever-living shit out of me. I don't know why.
Now, if you want to talk about goated Nick Jr. shows, I have 3 words for you, and 2 of them ain't even actual words. Gullah
Island.
Yeah!
Absolutely. Gullah Island was also another goated show.
Awesome. Oh, Gullah Island was amazing.
Gullah Island, honestly, was another one of those shows that I did watch. Not just on Nick Jr., but when it came back on Noggin, I was so happy. I mean, a lot of the morals and a lot of the story in that show was just incredible.
Not only that, Binya Binya was just a mood.
Binya
Binya was a mood.
Especially in that one blooper where he took that dodgeball and whacked the kid in the face with it.
Yeah. Well, it's funny you say that, babe, how Gullah Island came on Noggin. Not on my Noggin. I only saw it on Nick Jr.
Wait, Tay, did you ever have... Well, here's the thing, Tay. I remember there was the period Noggin had the channel, but then it rebranded to the Nick Jr. channel. I caught it when it rebranded to the Nick Jr. channel.
Yeah, no, honestly, the way it worked out for me, nothing on my stations were rebranded. It was either just straight up Nick Jr. or straight up Noggin, and that was it.
See, but this was when Noggin was first starting out, but that was when Play With Me Sesame was on there, Allegra's Window was on there, Ubi wasn't even a full show yet. That's when Gullah Island was airing on Noggin.
Yeah, let me see if I can find that blooper I'm talking about.
That might have been for you, sweetheart, because when my Noggin started out, it was nothing like that. Because I'll even tell you some of the shows that we had on my Noggin station. First of all, to kick things off, you had this one little short, speaking of shorts from what you were talking about from previously, with like Ubi and everything, but this was another short that they had that became a full-on show after the fact. Does anybody remember Tiny Planets?
I do not.
Vaguely.
Brianna and I were big fans of the show.
I have never heard of Tiny Planets.
So cute. It had its own little like in between segment of like shows, and then it became like a full-on show. So cute. But you had shows like that would come on like early in the morning. No joke either. When it became its own show, Tiny Planets actually was the first show to come on. That was 6 o'clock in the morning. 6:30 would be Ubi, and that's when it was a full-on show for us.
Yeah, for some reason, I've never heard of this show.
Oh, it was so cute.
Is it that fucking show with the little boy in the spacesuit, in the spaceship?
Well, they're not boys.
It
was just the one boy.
They look like Yetis.
No, they're not. They look
then
like...
I have no idea what the hell you're talking about.
Yeah, they're fuzzy white aliens.
So just a bunch
they
of
look
redneck
like,
Americans.
sweetheart, they look like they're about ready to tell me, welcome to the Himalayas. Stockholm.
Here, I found the blooper. Let me share screen it.
We won't be able to see it, though. The people on stream won't be able to see it, unfortunately.
It's fine. You can describe it for them. All right, who's looking?
Oh, I've seen this. It's the one where Binya Binya, the frog character on Gullah Gullah
I
Island,
remember
has
this
a.
name. Yeah. No, you.
Oh my god!
Yeah, no, I remember seeing that. Yeah.
Yeah, that is definitely one I do remember. But
No, and it's just funny because it like you like it. Not only is it a loud impact, like you very clearly just hear the kid go, "Ugh."
Funny. Trying to think, what are the shows that they have back on my noggin? Oh, I don't know how many of you guys back in the day might have seen this show. This was another early morning one that would come on for me. Any of you guys watch 64 Zoo Lane?
What the fuck is that?
I've
never
watched
heard of
that. I watched that. So basically, it was a British show. It was a girl that lived next to a zoo, and there were multiple characters. And by the time she went to bed, she would meet her animal friends, and they would tell her stories on certain animals. But see, here's the thing, though.
Oh.
When I heard about this show, where I found this little show. Have you guys ever heard of a mini series of a what's the term I'm looking for? Variety show called It's Itsy Bitsy Time?
That'd be
No, actually.
No.
Well, I don't think Twitch will be mean. 1 second. Any
While
yoga
he's pulling that up, I'm gonna bring up one show that I'm tired of people hating on. Little Bill.
I'm sorry, Hayden, but you know something? I was a fan of Little Bill back in the day. I really don't care for it anymore.
I don't really care for it either. I used to like it, but I just
Here's the thing, though.
Oh, hold on.
I can't.
Blackheart, you're an Yo Gabba Gamma fan? Awesome.
Oh God, Yo Gabba Gabba. I can't.
I'm sorry. I'm not a fan of it anymore.
But anyway,
No offense.
Yeah.
I'm just not a fan personally.
real quick, this is what It's Itsy Bitsy Time is. It was a variety show, and this is where I got my exposure to 64 Zoo Lane.
Oh, interesting.
This came on ABC Family from 2002 to about 2004, I want to say.
Hey kids.
Wow, only 2 years.
Yo, remember when ABC Family existed?
Yeah, literally.
Oh god.
No, like of all the channel rebrands I've had to live through, ABC Family is the one that still doesn't make fucking sense. Why in the name of fuck would you call it fucking Freeform?
Yeah, I don't understand that either.
And not only that, the whole 25 Days of Christmas shtick, it only makes sense with ABC Family because, gee, I don't know, family's in the goddamn title.
Yeah.
What the fuck makes Christmas feel Christmassy if the channel's called Freeform? Give me a free fucking plate of pizza, bitch.
Lamau.
Family.
But there were definitely there were definitely a lot of great shows to come out in the late 90s and early 2000s. Yo Gabba Gabba was, I think it came out during the time when
it was 07 or 08.
Something like that, yeah.
Because I remember when it was brand new, and I actually remember watching the first episode with Courtney, and we both were looking at each other like, this is the dumbest thing we've ever seen, but somehow we like it.
I think the only time I ever sat down and watched a full episode of Yo Gabba Gabba was when Jack Black was on there.
Which time?
I remember that.
It was the first.
Which time? They had him on there like 3 or 4 times.
It was the first time they had him on there when he shows up on a freaking.
They had him dress up as the fucking DJ dude.
No, when he shows up flying the scooter and he lands in.
That was when they had him dress up as the DJ dude.
Yeah, that's what I watched.
This is one thing I'm going to compliment this show on. For a show that had a shoestring budget, they had a way of getting A-list motherfuckers on there. Yeah. They got Jack Black, fucking Elijah Wood.
I'll give them that. I will give them that. To their credit. I mean,
how the fuck did they get Elijah goddamn Wood?
Hayden, how did Yo Gabba Gabba become bigger in name after some of the friggin' characters, like in their costumes? I don't know their names or anything. How did Yo Gabba Gabba by that time become a bigger name when they appeared on fucking Big Time Rush?
I was about to
I
mention
know!
that. Yeah,
Okay,
that.
okay, to be fair, Big Time Rush was a fucking fever dream. I mean, this is the same show where canonically Steve from Blue's Clues is blacklisted from every Hollywood motel.
Oh, that's true.
Well, yeah.
And the one where, who was it? Logan and James just casually have a treasure hunt with Patsy, the goddamn
Yeah,
pirate.
it was them. Yeah.
It's true. That's
No,
true.
oh, no. It was Logan and Carlos.
Yeah, it was right. Logan. Yeah, Logan and
Big
Carlos.
Time
I
Rush was a
actually,
fucking fever dream.
I actually remember the episode of Big Time Rush where Patchy was on there.
I know.
Yeah,
No,
Big Time-
and what's funny is I forgot they did that episode until I saw a meme on Facebook where I'm not going to repeat what the meme said, but because it will get this stream taken down. But let's
Yeah,
just
please
say,
don't. Please
it
don't
was-
say it. I've
no,
started.
I'm not
Hold
gonna
on.
say it, but
I've started a
let's
war.
just say it made me remember that episode existed, and I was like, wait, what the fuck? And then I looked up the episode, and I was like, what the fuck am I watching?
Oh my
No,
lord.
Big Time Beach Party is actually one of my favorite Big Time Rush
Yeah,
episodes.
I just remember.
Here, I'll
I just
text it in the
remember.
chat.
I can remember James saying "Cowabunga."
Oh yeah, Cowboy. You
I've
know
started.
what's funny?
I've started a war with these three locos all because I love Yo Gabba Gabba.
No,
Yeah, you did.
I said I don't like. I'm not gonna knock anybody who is into Yo Gabba
I'm
Gabba.
not gonna knock
No,
anyone.
no,
I
no,
like
no,
Yo
like,
Gabba Gabba, but
if you
I
like the
will
show,
knock Yo
that's
Gabba
fine.
Gabba.
It's just-
No, I'm not knocking anybody. I'm just not into it personally.
No, I'll not knock the people. I'll knock the show. But
Yeah,
seriously,
no,
how the fuck did that show get the amount of A-listers that it got?
no.
It drew to kids. It was one of those shows that drew to kids. Honestly.
Okay,
Literally.
but Brandon, we're talking like season 1. Again, season fucking 1. They got people like Elijah Wood, Jack Black making cameos doing fucking seizure-esque dances.
They also had the show also had one of the absolute legends, Weird Al Yankovic.
Oh,
Okay,
that's
but
right.
to be fair, Weird Al also guest starred on an episode of Back at the Barnyard where canonically the cow was his personal shopper.
Why was I thinking of that? Okay, you know what's funny when I was talking about that? Why was I thinking of that episode of Back at the Barnyard? See, this is the thing. Our brains they're linked too close together. Chat, you guys can witness. Me and Hayden are secretly brothers. Like we're brothers switched at birth for some reason. Our senses of humor,
Yeah, I'm very concerned right now.
like it's the
Like,
same.
one of us will go to make a joke and then hold back, and then the other one will make that exact same fucking joke.
And in a major instance where it actually scared us was me and Hayden were doing a watch of Bob the Builder, and there was a scene where Rolly rolls over a trumpet that Bob makes, and Bob's all upset and everything. So Wendy shows up and basically tells Bob, "Oh, it's okay, Bob. Those will make a lovely set of wind chimes. They would make a great set for my friends." Me and Hayden at the exact same time literally said word for word, "Wait, you have friends?" We literally, the 1 in a million chance of that happened, and we literally had to stop him because we were so like shaken up by that.
And this is why you guys need to be
And
tasty.
it got to a point, anytime we watch anything together, we now have to have a tally up to count how many times we do it.
And I believe, what was our highest score, Hayden?
I believe 105.
No, we beat 100.
Oh, it was more than that.
We got into
It was
it.
definitely more than that.
Hayden, we've gotten to the 200s.
We have?
Remember
about to
that?
say, yeah,
remember
you
that
got-
long?
it was
Remember
like
that?
200s.
Remember that long
Oh my
binge?
god, that's right.
You
It was
have
200
it.
something. I can't remember what number.
You
was.
have it marked.
203.
You have it.
203. Yeah.
203. As of July 13th, 2025, it was 203.
That was indeed
Which,
Bob.
oh my god, our previous record was 160 just the previous day.
That was indeed Bob's bugle, Mike.
And then the previous one was 124 the previous day.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah. So yeah, every time we do a binge or we watch, me and Hayden now have to have a tally and see how many tallies we can get to.
No, and I remember there was a time, I'm not going to repeat the joke, but there was a time I cannot remember for the life of me what we were watching, but one of us had made a really fucked up joke. It was me that had made the joke, and Brandon's freaking the fuck out. I'm like, what? What is it? And he's, dude, I was trying to not say that for the longest time.
Oh, it was one of the Wiggles. I can't remember which one it was, but I know the joke you're
I
talking
kept,
about.
oh yeah, it was a Wiggles, but I'm not repeating the joke because I don't want, I respect Brandon enough to not want his money taken away.
Uh-huh.
But
DM it to me
Oh
though.
my
DM it to me. DM it to me, Hayden. I actually drew a blank. I don't know what you're talking about, but I'll probably remember when you send it to me. Now that is we're hitting an hour and a half. I think it's going to be time to wrap this podcast up, but I think it deserves one final topic for one show that I never watched, never got, but became a diehard fan of, and that is, of course, The Wiggles.
Oh yes.
And
it's absolute childhood.
And it's honestly, and hold on, it's honestly perfect to end this podcast because the four of us binged a bunch of The Wiggles together. So I think it would be perfect to end.
We binged about the first half of their catalog.
So I think it's only fitting that we wrap this podcast up by talking about, which is one of my new favorites now.
Oh yeah.
Hmm?
Yes, indeed.
Well, you know what? In my household, and my mother could attest to this, if it wasn't Thomas or Blue's Clues, my house was a Wiggles house.
And my family can attest to that as well. Not only can they attest to that, they can attest to the fact that when I discovered it was Sam and not Greg, there was some heavy protesting.
Oh, from me
Yeah.
too.
So
Me
ba-
too.
And not only that, when Greg came back, there was rejoice, followed by depression several months later.
Yeah.
Yeah, unfortunately,
I was fine when Sam first came. Like, I had no issue with Sam. Like, since
Okay, no, Alex, this was my POV of the whole thing, okay? I had only ever known Greg's era because that's all I ever caught and all I ever
of
owned.
course, yeah.
Now, during the brief period when a lot of the specials were on Netflix, back when you can actually rent shit from Netflix,
Uh-huh.
I had seen Getting Strong. And I was like, ooh, that's one I haven't seen before. And I thought Greg sounded a little funny, but I thought, no. Who the fuck is Sam?
oh, you were hold on.
Literally.
You were obsessed with Blue's Clues Black Heart. Blue's Clues was another goated show. Absolute goated. Pacha meme.
Anyway, so I heard my name is
So
Sam.
good.
I'm like, who
Blackheart,
the fuck
so
is
good.
Sam? Like, and mind you, I was a little kid, so I didn't realize it was a whole different person. I was like, did Greg change his name? So I then caught the Wiggle and Learn TV show, and I was like, what the fuck? It's not Greg, it's Sam? Like, that's actually this dude's name? So I had to research it, and when I saw Greg actually left, I was like, nope, I'm done. Fuck this guy. I quit. I regret that.
Oh yeah. I speak for both Hayden and myself that when the two of us met each other for the first time, now coming up on almost 10 years, when we
Right.
yeah, I know.
You and me are on 8.
Well, this year will be 9.
Yeah, but currently we're on 8.
Well, this year will be 9.
It'll be 9 in May.
Yeah, and then 10 years.
next year.
But anyway, when we first met each other and we were bonding over Wiggles, when we did our very first binge, that was what we actually set out to do. We were gonna rank all, and when I say all, I mean literally all of the Wiggles albums, and we started from like the very, very, very beginning when their first album came out. And I'm gonna be completely honest, we got up to as far as over in like in Emma's.
We got up to rock and roll preschool.
Right up in Emma's era, we got up to rock and roll preschool.
Oh, so basically, when Sam left and then Emma joined, like.
No, it was Sam, then Greg for that one album, two albums.
Sorry, no, yeah, Greg came back briefly, and then it was Emma.
Yeah, well, we listened to a couple of Emmas, and we were kind of like, okay, this is good, and this could be better. But as soon as we got to rock and roll preschool, we literally fucking stopped because we were like,
yeah, if this is the direction it's gonna take, fuck it.
So we legitimately stopped. And I gotta tell you,
oh my god, the disrespect on Sam that me and Tay displayed. Oh my god.
Well, I can actually attest to that. Like,
we were mean.
You two should be ashamed of yourselves.
No, Alex, this is where it gets crazy. So we first got to Race into the Rainbow. We fucking hated it.
I know you hate it, but now you love it.
Now you love it.
Literally, the only thing that saved that entire album for us for the longest time was "Row, Row, Row Your Boat."
Yeah,
well, of course, yeah, that's like.
But we were like, "Wow, for Greg's last album, this is terrible." So then we get to Sam's, and the whole time we're like, "This is fucking shit. This is garbage." The occasional, okay, this is fine, but dude, we were mean.
Oh, we were absolutely 100%.
You regretted it your whole lives.
The Greg and Sam situation was like the Michael Angelis and Mark Morahan narrator switch from back in 2013 or so. Honestly, in a way, Mike, it was. But see, like,
no,
I never grew up with the Wiggles, so I had the three of them.
Brandon doesn't have to live with that regret.
I basically have been reformed, enlightened, and converted thanks to these three.
Yeah.
So what was it? It was around the time the documentary was coming out.
Yes,
we were
it was.
Hey, let's go ahead and binge the albums again. And we were like, oh shit, we kind of low-key feel bad for Sam because he kind of got fucked over. But we still don't care for his era, but he still got fucked over. But fuck it, let's re-binge the albums again. So we got through the first two. And me and Tay paused and we were like, hang on. Did we hate this? Because this is a little better than I remember. And then the third time around, we listened to it a third time. Well, I say listen to the albums. It was really when we watched the specials with Brandon for the first time. Me and Tay were like, what the fuck is wrong with us?
Yeah, I'm telling you, like, the first time, like, me and Hayden actually binged every single one of these albums, like, there was a lot of them that we were, like, really, really super harsh on, because I'm even going to be completely honest. From the albums, due to the specials that we were familiar with, a very big hint of bias did play a factor in that until we broke away from that after Rock and Roll Preschool pretty much broke us, okay? We took a long, long break away from it. And when we redid the albums again and actually properly listened to them, we sat here to certain albums, like there were some from the original Wiggles album, there were some from Sam's era, some from Emma's, and we were like, the fuck is wrong with us?
No, and to kind of give an answer as to when we kind of really awoke our eyes to these are a lot better than people say, I happened to find a cover of Taba Naba from It's a Wiggly Wiggly World that Emma and them had did, and they brought back Christine Anu. And I was like, hey, look, they did Taba Naba, and I showed it to Tay. I was like, hey, they redid Taba Naba with Christine, and she's like, oh, cool, let's listen. We finished it, and we looked at each other, and we're like, why is this good?
Real quick. I also loved Monster High. Ooh, I know that show, Blackheart. My buddy Ash.
I'm not really a fan of it.
My buddy Ash is a really big fan of that. Oh, and you still do. That's awesome, Blackheart. Good for you. Yeah, no,
I've not
Monster.
seen an ounce of Monster High. I just know it as Goth Brats.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, I was definitely familiar with what Monster High was, but no, like if the fact that you enjoy it to this day, Blackheart, that's awesome.
I mean, that's fine. Enjoy what you want to enjoy. I've never seen an inch of it, but again, I've only ever known it as Goth Brats.
I mean, in a sense, but to get my input on everything. So they basically turned me on to the OG. We started from I believe it was Wiggle Time.
1994.
Yeah, we started with Wiggle Time. Yeah, we
What was it?
Yeah.
What was that? That was 90.
93.
93.
93.
And you can see just how young Greg and the others looked in that. And then just as the years went on.
Just one.
But my all-time favorite Wiggles anything will always be Wiggle Safari.
Because that gave us another wonderful meme.
Oh my gosh. Do we tell the
Oh no, it gave us 2 memes.
Oh my gosh, it gave us a bunch of memes. Okay, so a little context, guys. So there was a song in Wiggle Safari called Snakes. And I'm going to look up the frame. I'm not going to put up the whole song because it's just going to...
Oh yeah, don't play the whole song. UMG will take it down.
Yeah, but 1 second.
5 years, by the way, for the Wiggles.
1 second. Oh,
But
wait.
to continue his point, I'll wait till he shows the frame. Let me know when you show the frame, Brandon.
1 second, check. With Steve Owen. Exactly, Blackheart. Yes, but no. Oh, okay. I actually have to. Oh, wait. 1 second.
And for clarification, no, me and Steve were not related. I wish we were.
Okay, I'm gonna put the screen on the frame.
There were so
The
many.
screen on the frame.
Screen on the frame. That's right. I gotta find it though. Hold on.
We're thinking of the same frame, right?
Yes.
Okay.
So we were watching Wiggle Safari. 1 moment.
We've got to rewatch the Wiggles.
Yes, we do.
All right. Here it is.
Yeah.
Here it is. Here is the frame.
Okay. So.
Oh my gosh. Blackheart. Blackheart is with us. It's a Tism moment. Exactly, Blackheart.
But anyway, so that frame pops up, and literally out of the blue, like, because the actual lyric when they go do that, because it's about the whole song is about don't touch snakes. So on that bit, Mari, Anthony, and Jeff were like, "You better not touch." And literally out of the blue, I went, "FBI, open up."
And that
So, From that point on, anytime that part came up, it was just FBI, open up. So not only did we rewrite the song with those lyrics, like for a full-blown FBI open up song, we asked Brandon his thoughts on the special. And he was like, he was giving his thoughts, and we're like, "Oh, what's your favorite song?" And he was like, "Oh, well, definitely FBI open up."
We literally lost our shit when I said that.
Yep.
Because he legit forgot that wasn't the title.
Because my mind was so wrapped up. My mind was so wrapped up with the whole, because we were all laughing, joking around with it. My brain literally could not say snakes. It was just FBI, open up. It was just so wrapped. I was so involved. And then, of course, we have another glorious meme in the same song. I'm not gonna.
Which we discovered by accident.
I gotta find it though.
This is all I'm gonna say, because
Yeah.
I mean, this one's not really an inside joke, but who knows the absolute cinema meme? That's all I'm gonna give you. And if you're in Tay's Discord server, you should have seen this.
I think you posted in Sizzling Media, I think, as well, I think.
I did do that, but nobody here knows Sizzling Media.
Bro.
Yeah, the reason why the music isn't playing. Wait. Oh, there it is. There it is.
Yeah, music's
Wake
not
up,
playing
Jeff.
because. Yeah, the music's not playing because I don't know how many of you guys know this, but the Wiggles music is no longer handled by ABC anymore. it's now handled by Universal Music Group. And if you know music on YouTube, Universal Music Group, they do not play.
They are very heavily copyrighted.
Yeah,
Like,
and this
they are
this podcast is going on YouTube, so I'm doing my best. Like showing the video is no problem. It's just the audio is what's gonna make it.
Like,
So
yeah,
this
UMG will straight up block your
No.
shit.
Yeah. So this full podcast will be uploaded to YouTube. So for those of you that joined in late, you can always watch it when it gets posted to YouTube. But anyway, this basically sparked the absolute cinema meme. So like we can enjoy this stuff, but at the same time, we can make memes and just have a good time with this.
And that's why I'm saying we need to watch it again, because who knows what kind of memes we could come up with now. Especially
with what's the recent amount of jokes we've been making. And we got to get Matt and some of the others whenever, and I'm going to be doing future podcasts. Like I'm going to be doing more podcasts in the future, but this is definitely going to
podcasts. Should our next screening be the Wiggles movie?
We should, honestly, not a bad idea. But
not
anyway,
a bad idea.
But anyway,
yeah.
But anyway, guys, with that, we have come to the end of our journey today. But we'll definitely do this topic again if you guys would like to do that again.
Need topic again. There's a lot we need to talk about still.
Yeah, but for those of you here, still, we are going to be rating. So stick tight for just a moment. But first of all, I would like to thank you all for coming out and tuning in and chatting. Mike, Blackheart, everyone, thank you guys so much for tuning in. I would like to thank, of course, you, Babe, Alex, and Hayden for being guests on the show and joining for the first ever episode.
Love you too, man.
You're welcome.
But yes, I'm going to figure out the next day for the next episode of the Metal Memoirs. I've got to think about a topic to talk about, and I'm going to be going through like certain guests to have on the show.
Are you doing this like weekly or daily?
I'm still trying to figure that out. The next stream will be gaming. My next stream on Twitch will be gaming. This will be going on to YouTube, so be sure to look out for that. So a couple other things before I end. Like I said, if you haven't, join the Discord for those of you people who are new. We're trying to get the channel. Go to my YouTube, subscribe to me there. We're going to be getting the channel to 2K subs, and I'm going to be opening up a Patreon. That way we can have even longer podcasts such as this, so we can have more fun. And this bot wants to come in. You can fuck right off. Bye-bye. But anyway, for more stuff, we're going to see if we can get the channel going. Make sure to, of course, subscribe, follow. If you have any bits or any rewards you'd like to share, now would be the time to do so. If you guys are a part of my Discord, if you guys want to recommend certain episode titles or what to talk about, let us know. We will definitely consider that. I'm going to have Hayden, Tay, and Alex back again very soon. But I think this is a very successful first episode of the Metal Memoirs. Thank you guys so much again for tuning in. We are going to be rating a Pokemon YouTuber by the name of YCat. We're going to give her a nice raid. She's doing Pokemon right now. She's doing Fire Red, so we're going to go ahead and raid her. And I want to thank you all again so much for tuning in, and I will see you guys on the next one. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye.